What is happening right now cosmically is that we have just been through the full moon eclipse, the blood moon, as it is known, which is when the Earth's shadow is reflected back at us from the full moon appearing red. To us humans, that means our own metaphorical shadows, the unacknowledged parts of our personalities, the parts we prefer to keep hidden, are being brought into the light to learn from, to grow, to heal, to move on. And they call that karmic release. That's when you're learning truly what you have come to learn so that you can move on to new things, so that you can be free, so that you can stop repeating the same lessons on repeat. Think about the magnetic quality of the moon. It's literally strong enough to move oceans. The human body is at least 60% water, and our entire being is surrounded by an electromagnetic field. If you think the phases of the moon don't apply to you, think again. Everyone in my house has been on pins and needles, just picking fights, easy to anger, just not ourselves. Any and every aspect of you that is out of alignment, holding you back from a meaningful, joyful life, is being brought forth at the same time that we're entering this 999 portal. The 999 portal is the 3-day period between the blood moon that started on September 7th and it culminates today on the 9th, the 9th day of the 9th month of the 9-year cycle. We're being shown a mirror of our life, and if you don't recognize the person you've become, or you're living outside your values, or you just lack a sense of joy, now is the time to kick those old habits that are keeping you tied to the old paradigm. Start thinking about your higher purpose, which is why I love numerology. It's such a simple way to get started on a roadmap to discover who you really came here to be. Let's go on this journey together. For today, let's learn how to determine your personal year. You find your personal year by adding up the digits of your month you were born, the day you were born, and this current year, not the year of your birth. Okay, so my birthday is 12/29. December is the 12th month. So in numerology, that breaks down to a 3. 1 plus 2 is 3. Everything breaks down to a single digit except for power numbers, which are double digits. So we don't break down the 11s, the 22s, the 33s. My birth date is the 29th, which breaks down to an 11. 2 plus 9 is 11. 3 plus 11 is 14. 14 plus 9 from 2025, 2 plus 2 plus 5 is 9. Okay, that's a 23. And then we break that down into a single digit. 2 plus 3 is 5. So I'm in my personal year 5, which makes so much sense because I feel like everything in my life is being shaken up and my purpose feels aligned in different ways than it used to. I am a photographer, but I have so many other interests pulling me in different directions. And so it makes so much sense that this year I started exploring Reiki and started this YouTube channel. And I'm really into numerology. And I find that the things that are speaking to my soul are changing a little bit and I'm paying attention to them. And so that really fits with the personal year that I am in. So let's figure out what yours is, okay? So remember, you're going to add up the digits from the birth month and break it down to a single digit by adding those together if you're a double digit, okay? So if you're born in October, your month, you're going to add 1. And if you were born on the 12th, you're going to add 1 plus 2 for 3. Okay, so if your birthday is October 12th, you're going to add 1 plus 3 to 4, and then you're going to add that to the 9 year that we're in currently. Okay, so 4 plus 9 is 13, and then you break that down to a single digit. 1 plus 3 is 4. And And so you would be in a 4-year. Okay. And what that means is foundations. So you're really currently in the middle of laying some strong, solid foundations. Together, let's get a little sense of what each number means. Okay. So I think that since we know 9 means endings, you can probably determine that ones are the beginnings. They are the fresh starts, the launch into the unknown, the leap of faith. And 2s are all about duality. So that might mean partnership in business or personal life. So if you're a 2, you may be seeking partnership or really solidifying partnership. You might also just be really like moving into balance, finding that like better balance between work life and personal life. And if you are a 3, 3s are all about self-expression, communication, and they are the most sensitive number emotionally. So if you're in a 3, you might be feeling yourself drawn to new creative pursuits or wanting to write, or if you've been holding back your truth from people, the essence of who you are, you might feel like you need to start expressing that. 4s are all about building foundations. Think about the foundation of a building with 4 sides. Stability, practicality, and it might be your time to just be still, be solid for people. 5s are about freedom, change, discovery, reinvention. I love that word. I think as humans, we are meant to reinvent ourselves over and over. I think every cell in our body is a brand new version of us every 7 years. And I know that they all work at different rates, but that is like the general number. I feel like I love the idea that like 7 years ago, I was an entirely different human being. And I know that everyone can be, or we're somewhere in the middle of that journey all the time. But just the fact that like every 7 years you can look back and say, wow, I really leaned into who I wanted to be, and I am that person. 6s are about family and service and sacrifice. So you need to work on finding that balance. So if you're in your 6th year, you're going to be giving to people. You're going to be giving your time. You're going to be giving your energy. You're really going to be embracing how people value that in you. And if you struggle with offering of yourself and feeling overwhelmed, then just know that you need really strong boundaries, and that you're meant to go through those cycles. You know, those cycles give you meaning. They give you purpose. If you're in your 6th year, you might have found yourself at the beginning of the year really wanting to choose a theme for your year or a word that really speaks to you. And it probably had something to do with how you can be of service to others. Or if you're always in service to others, then how you can find that balance in yourself. If you're in your 7th year, especially if you're at like midlife, I think that there's a lot that goes on astrologically in our lifespan where we kind of flip this switch somewhere between like late 30s and mid 40s. You're in your spiritual era. You're going to be looking inward, looking for purpose, re-examining what's important to you, and not putting yourself out there as much. You're really digging in deep to knowing who you are. And we have to do this every so often because we are a different person. Oh, what have you been into? You may want to pay close attention to your dreams. You may want to start writing or journaling, things that help give you that mirror back to yourself, what it is you're putting out there. If you're in your 8th year cycle, you're in your power year. You're in your like responsibility, finances, digging in deep, working hard, and seeing a lot of payoff. You're a person who has struggled to hold on to money in the past. You want to pay careful attention to like changing some habits, because we don't want to dig in deep and work so hard and have it all fly out the window. Really like spend time in your 8th year getting a good relationship with money and work. And if you're in your 9th year, you are really seeing some endings in cycles, and hopefully endings in unhealthy relationships, in bad boundaries, and really figuring out how to love yourself and move into your next chapter with grace. I really wish you luck with that. I know that it will come, but if you're in a 9th year, in the 9th month of the 9th universal year, in the 9th day, like today's a hard day for you, potentially, right? If you're out of alignment anywhere, you're going to feel it. And if you're in alignment, this is probably a good time to journal, take a nap, rest up, because big things are probably on the horizon for you. You probably are setting yourself up for some really, really cool stuff ahead, but that takes an energetic toll. So you need to take care of yourself. Drink a lot of water, get some good rest, and be prepared for some really exciting things. But know that when you're in this struggle of this year, you're going to be okay. It's going to be okay. You're going to shed that skin, and you're going to move into this like beautiful new version of yourself, and it's going to be great. So when you're having a hard time, just remember, it's never easy for change to come. You are the caterpillar in the chrysalis at this moment. And while you do have to struggle to get out, without the struggle, we can't fly. So you're turning into a butterfly. Congratulations. Everybody's going to get there, but today, this is your year. So get through it, be strong, and take care of yourself.